So I started in content about 4 years ago, and my first step into it, um, I made a little investment, and it took me a little time. I got me a little MacBook, and um, I didn't have a camera, but I got a little MacBook I found. It was like $200. It was an older one. I was able to get Final Cut on there, and eventually I've spent so I can probably say I spent 140 on Amazon. I got a tripod, a little lighting set, a green screen. I didn't know what the hell. And I think most of the items I got were return items. So I basically started on basically with a phone. And it's nothing wrong with starting with a phone. I have the cameras, the phones, um, impartial to either. And that was my little start. That little $140 on Amazon and that little $200 MacBook. And in the process, why I'm talking about is I wanted to share for people so that maybe you can make your own determination on what you're going to do and what mode you're going to go in. Now, I had a moment where I chased after all the things they say that you must have to be in content, the lights, the green screen, all of that stuff. And then turned around, and when I got those things and used them and did the work, I started to fine tune what was more comfortable for me. And what was more comfortable for me is simplicity in setup, because I found when I had to go through that whole setup thing and lights and this and that, I kind of lost a little bit of my authenticity that I wanted to convey, versus now I'm legitimately sitting here on a smartphone, and I have great mics, but talking into a camera, it's efficient. It wasn't a major setup. I can sit on my front deck and do this. I can record from anywhere. So I think the key point is if you chase after the cameras and the high dollar fancy stuff and get it, that's cool. Um, but if you don't, it's cool. And I would say areas not to skimp in are your sound. So if you have a crappy camera that's shooting 720p, and get you good mics, like I have some good mics. Make sure your sound, the best your budget can afford for mics, get it. Everything else, you can work on later, can fall by the wayside, but you have to see is like, what do you want? I wanted the ease to create. So mobile, quick setups are good for me at this time. Extreme setups that I was doing with, 4 or 5 different lights, a green screen, a camera, specific settings on, cameras and stuff like that. I would have still been setting up, versus now I've recorded 2 videos on my front deck, which is what I wanted. So I would say when you go after these things, look out for what you really want, not what they say you need, but how do you want to, think about things beyond just, I want to shoot a video, go viral, and make a bunch of money. Think about things of what is the lifestyle that you want to live, and how you want your day to be at the top. I want my stuff to be the same now, whether I'm chilling on my deck or I'm chilling in Thailand, wherever I'm at, or the beach or wherever. I want it to be of ease. So think about that. What do you really want? How do you want your content creation to be? How do you want your day to be? What type of content you create? Some people need the lighting and setups and clear visibility and all this stuff. And I'm not saying you just throw any old kind of shit out there, but I would say if you don't skimp on anything, it's never skimp on the sound. If you're going to try to go raw and natural like your boy out here is pioneering in the field then do it. But, think about that. Think about it. You may or may not need the extreme setup.